everyone, Sophia here. Welcome back to my Etsy shop, Frenchy and Tubby. Today I have a Mother's Day special. I believe Mother's Day is the 11th of May. That's just enough time for me to ship those little gifts to you right on time to give to your mother, your sister, your mother-in-law, or yourself. Any lady out there who is a mother and a friend of yours. I have absolutely beautiful things that I have selected just for Mother's Day. So let me start with the one in the thumbnail because there's a lot of ladies out there who are Pyrex collectors, and this is so rare, such a find. I could not believe I actually found this. So let me show it to you. It was in the thumbnail. This is, and all these items, by the way, will be available in the shop Friday the 2nd of May. This is about as atomic, mid-century modern as they get. This is Pyrex, $5.95. It's a chafing dish with a copper top and atomic wood accent. It literally looks like a rocket launch pad. This is really cool. Let me put my glasses on. I have no idea if I'm in focus. Okay. All right, so let's look at the Pyrex first. Number 595 glass Pyrex. It's a divided dish. This is rare. Look at the pattern here at the bottom. Absolutely gorgeous. In superb condition, except for little tiny flea bite right here. I don't even think you can see it right here. There's no chip on the rim. It's not even scratched. I think it just got a little nick on the side right here. I can't even find it right here. Probably through transport, storing, you name it. So that's the dish. The dish is a divided dish, so you can put, oh, I don't know, stuffing on one side, bean casserole on the other. And then the stand. The stand is all metal with wood. It's been used, okay? This is not brand new out of the box. It's from the 1950s. So you're going to see that some of the wood has a little bit of scuff on it. And you know what? Like right here, probably see this one right here. Hey, Restore Finish would absolutely take care of that for you. You can restain it, no missing pieces, little bowls here, there, all around, beautiful stand. And then the lid is really cool. The lid is a copper. It's got a tiny dent right here. If you have the right tools, you can probably bend it back. The knob is perfect and it's super shiny. It has a few little scuffs. I don't know if you can see them on the top. A little bit of oxidation right here, but otherwise amazing condition and complete. Sometimes you're gonna find them without the stand. Sometimes you just find the dish, or you may find the bottom part of the stand but not the lid. This is about as collectible as it gets when it comes to Pyrex. Now, because it has the missing cup, it's supposed to have a little cup right here. That was a glass cup, I believe, either that or metal, but I think it was glass, to put your little candle in it. I'll discount it. And then it has, you know, a little bit of scuffing, a little bit of marking in that little thing here. So it's not 100% best condition, but it's also not a lousy condition. It's actually really good for vintage 1950s Pyrex. So just letting you know, this you cannot find online. If you see it, you'll see the picture and then the item has been sold already. This is about as collectible as it gets when it comes to mid-century modern kitchen stuff and Pyrex. I know a lot of people collect the Pyrex bowls, the Cinderella bowls, you know, in multiple colors, multiple sizes. Those became very fashionable a couple of years ago, and some people have literally the entire collection, but trust me that these are a different ball game. Pyrex had quite a few chafing dishes and casseroles that were not bowls, basically, with lids that are very collectible. This one is fabulous. This is absolutely fabulous. And I have seen it, a different design, same time period, as a non-divided dish, but this one is divided, makes it even cooler. So, Pyrex 1950s atomic chefing dish in really good, really good vintage condition. That's for the collecting mom. When I come back, we move on to crystal for the more traditional mom. I fell in love with this vase. It's not even that old. It is vintage from 1993. It is Mikasa, Japan, but the crystal is German. This is a fabulous 10-inch vase by Mikasa. Look at this thing. It's a modern cut, very current. It makes me, I don't know if it's leaves, but it looks like surfboards to me. Beautiful crystal in pristine condition. Nothing. I can't say anything about it. Not even a scratch. Nothing. It's like brand new. It's from 1993. The pattern is called Matisse. You can find it in small, 9-inch. This is the 10.25-inch vase. Look at the sparkle on this thing. It is beautiful. So if your mother likes vases, loves crystal, but is not into the frou-frou type, floral cuts, and likes a more modern look, this is it. Gorgeous. Look at this thing. How beautiful is that? It's very thick and it's very heavy. Heads up. Very heavy vase. So, Matisse, the painter, the French painter, I can't see much of the relationship between this design and Matisse, but we're going to leave it to Mikasa to do interpretation. It is a beautiful vase. Lots and lots and lots of sparkle. Wherever you put it, this vase is going to be the star of the show. Love it. Look at the bottom. When I say there's no scratch, no discoloration, nothing. 10-inch. This is considered a tall vase. It is 10.25 by 5.25. Great for sturdy stems, roses, of course, calla lilies. Not great for tulips. It's too deep. But you can put hydrangeas. You can put any kind of dogwood type stems and sunflowers, all of that. Stunning. Okay, so that's item number 2. That's my only crystal item, actually. After that, we're moving on to porcelain. I have 4 porcelain items, and I will end with a pottery item. Let's start with probably grandma or very religious mom. And I showcased that a little bit. I did a preview of it last week. This is a 1990 porcelain bisque Madonna and Child figurine by Lennox. Look at how delicate and beautiful she is. So much detail. All the toes are accounted for. The drapery on it is absolutely stunning. Look at all the movement in the fabric. And gorgeous, serene face, the baby Jesus. It's beautiful. Now the only thing, it's porcelain bisque. So the problem with porcelain bisque is that it scuffs really, really easily. It has 2 scuffs that I cannot remove. Got a little tiny one right here, and then there's one on top of baby Jesus right here. Maybe a magic eraser would take care of it. I have to be honest, this was in such a bad condition. It was really dirty, and I tried to give it a bath and brush it and clean it, but now that I'm looking at it in a different light, I can still see some of the yellow that was on it. So I'm probably going to try to wash it again before I send it to you, but I will try to send it to you in the most pristine, crisp, white condition I can. Otherwise, just give it another bath. It has only a very tiny pipe hole right here. So let's talk about pipe holes for a second. Let me see, what do I have in here? That is a figurine. No. I'm trying to find something where I could show you the difference between a more crude type porcelain versus a very high-end porcelain. I don't have any. All my stuff is high-end. Okay, so pipe holes. It's during the firing at the kiln, you don't want the thing to explode, right? You need a vent hole for the steam and the heat to escape. The smaller the pipe hole, the higher the quality of the porcelain and manufacturing. When you get big holes like this, they're usually molds. They're not very good quality items. They big manufacture. This is a needle hole. It's so small. Okay, so it gives you an idea of the quality of the porcelain. This is porcelain bisque. What it means is that it does not have a glaze. It's going to be a matte finish, and it's stunning. She's not tall. Let me get my measurement. She's 9-inch tall by 3.5 wide by 3 deep, and all toes, all fingers are accounted for. There's no chip. There's just a little bit of scuffing, which, to be honest, I think that with a magic eraser you may get rid of. But I'll try to clean it again before I send it to you. So this is for the religious mom, Catholic mom, or anyone who collects religious memorabilia. It's very serene. It's just beautiful. And you know I collect Madonna planters, but mine are from Hager. This is Lenox, made in Taiwan, and it's dated 1990. Madonna and Child, a collectible item from Lenox. Next, hearts. How to show your mom love. I have another one of those in a different pattern in the shop right now. This is a Mikasa chicken box, ivory bone china that is shaped like a heart. So chicken box, right? You can, not a box, a dish, you know, on a bedside table. You can put candies, but it's more for bedside table to put in your jewelry or whatever. In my case, it would be earplugs. So there's another one in the shop with a different pattern. Basically, Mikasa issued one every year. This one is from 2007, and it's called Gentle Breeze. It's a transferware, but look at the beautiful lattice work on the inner rim right here. Perfect condition. Stamped in the back with the gold. Gentle Breeze B 2007, ivory bone china, Mikasa, Narumi, Japan. So this is Japanese porcelain, Mikasa, very fine porcelain, beautiful bone china. Not fine bone china, but really beautiful bone china. It's it measures 6 inches wide. It's 6.5 length and 1.5 tall. It's a really pretty dish, and again, it's inexpensive. But I have another one in the shop that's been in the shop for a couple of weeks, so why not buy two? Buy this one and the other one. They're different patterns, but they are pretty much the same concept, the same design. It's just the middle part that changes because they issued one every year, and I think the other one is a little bit older. It's from the 90s, if I recall correctly. So again, this is Mikasa Gentle Breeze, to show your love to your mom. This is also a perfect gift for a sister or a grandma. Here's an idea. put the chocolate in it already, and beautiful wrap with a ribbon, and add the whole thing into a basket that has plants or flowers. That's the long-term gift as part of your basket. I like the idea actually, to have mementos, you know, not just offering flowers or a plant. Put something in it that they can keep for long term. When I come back, I'm having a hard time letting it go. Okay, I found two. I'm keeping one. I could keep the second one, but I want you to have it. We're talking about some of the most collector teacups out there. You know the one. I'll be right back. I could not believe when I found these. So first of all, I found two. Shelly England, the most recognizable name alongside Paragon for English teacups. This is from the 1950s. This is a highly collector item. I had no idea a teacup and a saucer could sell upwards of $150 per one set. Not in my shop, just saying. This is 1940s, 1950s Shelly crochet pattern. It's one of the most sought after pattern from Shelly. The most interesting thing is that each teacup had a, let me move the light because I think it's interfering with the proper color of the teacup. Each one of them had a different background color. I kept the yellow. This is the peach. I call it peach. Some people may call it pink. I think it's peach. The other pink that I've seen is much more pink than this. It's called crochet. It has this lace pattern in blue all around it. Look at the inside of it and look at the matching saucer. It is numbered 13371/515. Shelly England crochet pattern. I don't know how many different colors they had, and when I say colors, I'm talking about the background color. I've seen it in blue, yellow, pink, and this peach. I suspect there was probably a green and maybe a purple lavender color. I'm not sure because I am not very familiar with this pattern, but from what I've seen, Shelly crochet, people will literally trample each other to get it. So this is for the mom or grandma who appreciates highly collectible items, in particular teacups. Let's talk about condition. No chip, no crazing, nothing. This is from 1940 to 1950. That's when they made those. The number 515 may indicate what series or, year they made. I'm not sure. Again, not familiar with Shelly. I only have one Shelly upstairs plus the one I kept, so two technically. No crazing, no scratch, no flea bite, no chip, only a little bit of fading on the gold right here. It's perfect on the top of the handle. It is perfect on the side of the handle where you would see the most wear. There's a little bit of scratching on the gold, but the gold is still there on the foot. That's probably from washing, so it's been used. Okay, it's in perfect condition on the rim of the saucer. This is about as good as it gets. Okay, if you're a teacup collector or your mom is a teacup collector and Shelly is their thing, Paragon, Shelly, Ansley, all of those really, really sought after teacups, this is the one. Now the cup shape is called Henley. A narrow at the base it's actually not all the way, this is this air in between right here, because when you look at this, it's actually a flat bottom, so this is added on, and it's footed. Beautiful flared rim. You remember what I said about the flared rim, right? That's how you want your teacup, so that the tea glides into your mouth. And the saucer is elevated so that it fits perfectly with a handle that's a little bit higher than the rim. I personally would not store it like this, and I know that I've seen, do I have another teacup? I've seen a lot of people going on Pinterest or whatever, and they see a new way of storing teacup where they put them like this, right? And they make a circle of it. Please don't do that. Not with these. Don't do that. It's cute and all of that, I get it. But this is a sure way to damage the rim and to damage the handle of your teacups. Okay, so teacups, how do you store them? Like this. That's it. No other way to store teacups. Okay, if the saucer is a little bit higher, this one just makes it. Okay, so if the this one just makes it, so maybe you can put two, all right, on top of each other, but that's about it. Do not store your teacup one into the other. You're gonna damage them, especially that kind of teacups. So this is Shelly Crochet. It's gorgeous. It's the peach one, 13371/515. It's super collectible. It's in amazing condition, 1940s, 1950s. And if you remember, if you're part of my Instagram page for Frenchy and Tubby, link down below, it's easy, at Frenchy and Tubby. I did a whole thing about teacups and different shapes and who invented the handle, the British, of course, who decided to put a food and all of that on their teacups. But one thing that you may not have seen or don't remember or didn't know is Shelly actually is the one who created the Royal Albert shape that we know, the little melon type shape. Royal Albert had Shelly create the teacups for a very long time, and that particular shape that came up with Old Country Roses in the 1960s was actually a shape designed by Shelly for Royal Albert. Just a tidbit, but this one is a Henley, Henley shape. It's so delicate. It's fine bone china, made in England, super old, gorgeous. Don't sleep on that one. I don't think you will. If you really want it, you'll be there at 4:59 tomorrow. Okay, let me take a break, and when I come back I have one more porcelain item, beautiful gift for mom, and then I have a pottery item. This is a vase by Mason's Ironstone. It looks ancient, but it's not. This pattern is called Mandalay. It was created in the 1920s by Mason's son himself. So Mason started making ironstone, which is a type of porcelain, in the late 1800s in England, and then they continued, and they still exist today. This pattern was produced between 1920 and 2000. It is one of the most recognizable pattern. It has a chinoiserie feel to it, which is typical of what you would see in the 18th and 19th century, or at least for that period when it came to British porcelain. It is a transferware that is then hand painted. So the cobalt blue and the gold is hand painted. The flowers are a transferware. It is a beautiful vase. It is from the 1970s. It's not that old, that particular one. Look at the rim, decorated on the inside, and please look at the inside. There is nothing wrong with this vase. I have to be honest, another one that I think was purchased, gifted, put in a curio, and then eventually decluttered. Maybe when grandma passed and the grandkids didn't want it. I don't know why. It's a beautiful vase. It's an octagonal shape. And you'll see at the bottom it says Masons, Ironstone, made in England, Mendeley. And it says printed and hand painted. The pattern for the shape is number 6386, 1970s. They've made this for a very long time. They made this pretty much from 20 to 2000, right? So that's a lot of years. A lot of years they've made this pattern, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's in perfect condition. There's no crazing. There is no chips. There's no hairline. There's no fading. The gloss on it, the glaze is perfect. This is a beautiful, what a beautiful Mother's Day gift. How about a gift for yourself? It's a small vase if I compare it to the other one. This one is 6.5 by 4.5. So here's the Mikasa, and then this. See the difference? I would consider that a medium size. It's a beautiful vase. Okay. One last item. That one is for the pottery lover mom and the one who appreciates really beautiful studio art pottery. It's a platter. It's a platter signed by Kent Follett. You may not know the name. That's okay. He's a very known studio potter out of Louisiana. And he has an interesting story. When he was a kid, he's quite old. Well, quite old, I shouldn't say that because I'm near that age. Or nearing that age. He has to be in his mid-70s now. His father was stationed in Japan. And he grew up in Japan for quite some time before moving to Louisiana. So he was very inspired by Japanese art, Japanese graphics, illustrations, and in particular Japanese pottery. When he moved to Louisiana, his father was probably stationed there as well, went to high school, did all those things. But he fell in love with the idea of communal eating, where everybody gathered together and you share the platter, you share the bowl, and you just pick at the food. Everything is being put on the table and you just pick at everything, right? Communal eating and other people coming in, not just your guests, instead of having a formal setting where you get your plate already put together for you. He loved the idea of communal eating, which is kind of not a tradition, but a style of eating that's very common in Louisiana. But he wanted to also add to it a little bit of that Japanese style. So a lot of his studio art pottery gives that feel. It's functional kitchenware, but he infuses Asian, Oriental, Japanese designs to it. Behold, 1980s Kent Follett platter. A torte or whatever dish you want to put on there. I would say it's more of a torte, but be very careful if you're going to put something you cut, not to damage the bottom. Look at this. Very Japanese in style. It looks like mountains in the fog with some vine flowers on it, with different types of glaze. You see that? You can see that the centers are shiny, right, versus the rest. A little bit of metallic on it, so a little bit of a burnish. This is fabulous. Okay, now it's from the 80s. It's been used. There's no chip, no crack, but there's a little bit of scuffing. And I don't want to remove it because then it removes the charm of having a piece that has a history, okay, rather than something you open the box, it's brand new from the store. So if you look here, you're going to see that It's got a little bit of scuffing, right, where he threw it on the wheel. You can see the spiral. And it's a little bit of scuffing, like a discoloration. The glaze is intact. It's not a damage on the glaze. It's just rubbing of other things. And I think, again, if you really wanted to get rid of it, the magic eraser will do it for you, okay? And then same thing here, a little bit of scuffing. I don't want to remove it. I want to keep it. But if it bothers you, magic eraser, barkeeper's friend, all of those will take care of it. Just don't rub it like a banshee, okay? Let's be delicate. Look at this. Doesn't it look like mountains in the fog with a little bit of a vine in the foreground? It is a beautiful plate. That measures 13 inches by 1.5, I think, 125. So it's 13 across, 125. And it is signed Flet. Kent Flet. This is about as studio art pottery as it gets. Okay, so that was the last one. And these are my Mother's Day special. Everything will be in the shop tomorrow, Friday, May the 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern. What would I keep? Surprise! Of course I would keep the Shelly, but I found two and I'm satisfied with keeping one for myself. I want you to have an opportunity to get a Shelly. So I would keep the Shelly. I would absolutely keep the Mason Mandalay because I think it's beautiful. Look, I love chinoiserie, okay? So I'm true to myself. I love that kind of stuff. I would keep that. I would keep the Kent Flet, absolutely. And not the Madonna because I collected different types of Madonna. I would keep the Pyrex, of course, and I would keep this. Pretty much everything. I'm hopeless, okay? So, next week will be the 8th. It would be the first day right before Mother's Day. There's no way I will have things shipped on time for Mother's Day. Because I post at 5 p.m. on Friday. Even if I get it to the post office on Saturday, you won't get it. So this is my Mother's Day special. If you see anything and you feel your mom, your sister, your mother-in-law, yourself would really want or would appreciate as a gift for this Mother's Day, today or tomorrow is the day. You definitely will get it on time for Mother's Day, the American one on May 11th, okay? Thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe right here in the corner. My shop link is down here and up here. Please let me know in the comment which one do you find the most beautiful, which one you would like to have. Send a nudge and a hint to somebody you know and love, telling them, hey Sophia, I just posted something or is posting something tomorrow, I want it. It's Mother's Day, okay? Be a queen and be treated like a queen. May I suggest a Shelly teacup? It's gorgeous. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.